What is going on guys, Miles here, and in this video we'll be talking about emblems in Call of Duty World War II. So if you go to your headquarters and head over to the emblems guy, you can check out some of the community made emblems. You can check the top 50 emblems in the game as well as the emblems which your friends have made. But you may be wondering why some of the emblems on the top 50 don't look very good at all. And the reason for that is because of the huge flaw in the emblem system in the game. Like I mentioned earlier, the only emblems which you can actually view are the top 50 of all time emblems, as well as emblems which your friends have made. So there's actually a pretty big division between emblems which are in the top 50 of all time and emblems which aren't in the top 50, because the ones in the top 50 get exposure to the entire community and they get tons of people seeing them, and emblems outside the top 50 barely get anyone seeing them at all. Even if your emblem is ranked 100 or even 51st, it's going to get way less views and obviously way less likes than an emblem in the top 50, because it's just so much harder to find. And the thing is, this actually seems like a really easy fix, but nothing's actually been changed since this whole emblems sharing feature was added into the game. So in this video I'll be discussing 5 features which could be changed to improve the emblems feature in Call of Duty World War II. The first suggestion is pretty obvious, but that is just to show more than 50 emblems on the community tab, because 50 is a pretty small sample out of the possibly hundreds of thousand emblems which are in the game, and obviously showing all of those emblems would be preferable, but I can understand why they wouldn't do that. So showing maybe like a couple of thousand would be much more useful, and although it won't solve the problem entirely by itself, it will alongside my other point. And my other point is actually having separate tabs for new emblems as well as trending emblems. This feature, you guys may remember, was in Black Ops 3, and that is why Black Ops 3 didn't have the emblem problem which Call of Duty World War II does have. Obviously, if you have the new emblem section, then every emblem which is made is going to be able to get some exposure to the community, because people will be browsing the new tab, and if they see a good emblem, they will hopefully like it or upvote it. And if it gets enough upvotes for being good enough, then it will make its way onto the trending tab, where it will gain even more exposure and probably more likes as well. And if it's good enough, then it will make its way to the top page of emblems in the game. And if you combine that with the large amount of emblems, like a couple of thousand, then it should have a good enough time to gather some likes and make its way to the top page. So those 2 suggestions would probably fix this whole situation. But I have a few other options in case for some reason they can't add those features into the game. The first one is maybe some sort of weekly or monthly section for emblems where they show the top emblems for a certain time period, along with a page for random emblems as well. Maybe you can find some hidden gems if you search the random tab. In my opinion, this wouldn't be as good as a new and trending section, but it would probably help solve the problem as well. My 4th suggestion would be to add a dislike button and then rank emblems based on the difference between likes and dislikes. This would help flush out the bad emblems which are on the top page, because people will dislike them, and hopefully that will give opportunity for some new emblems to make it to the top page, which are actually good emblems, and people will like them and they will stay on there. But I could see a dislike button maybe getting abused somehow to get certain emblems off the top page and then certain ones on, so it will have to be regulated in some way. And my final idea is to add the ability to search emblems, and you would be able to search either by the person who created them or by the name of the emblem itself. And I think that would be a really awesome feature, to be honest, but I could see it being pretty difficult to implement compared to some of the others, because in World War II, if you find an emblem which you like, you can collect it and use it yourself. So having that search function would actually be so useful, because you can search for something you like and then find an awesome emblem to collect and use yourself. So I think that would actually be a really great feature. But there we have it. There are 5 ways in which the emblem system in Call of Duty World War II could be improved, and I really hope Sledgehammer Games do update this, because currently it's kind of pointless to have, to be honest, because it is so flawed in that the top 50 emblems never change and they will always be there unless they do implement some of these features which I mentioned in this video. Let me know what you think of my suggestions down in the comments below, and if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe for more Call of Duty, but I'll see you guys in my next video.